Okay, hello there. So today we gonna start talk about 2D composing, 2D animation, how basically you can do interesting real-time and generative effects in Touch Designer with ease, pretty much. Uh, so we're gonna talk about I need to delete this DLL. How to make something like this? Basically, all of this based on simple static images and just few video files. So with basic and simple composite techniques in Touch Designer, you can build a kind of pretty nice animation for real-time graphics. This one at subway station in Shanghai. It should still be there already 2 years. So this simple, we just use Kinect to kind of interact and explore. Okay, I can just use here, I think. So basically, it's a little bit too much, of course, here. I need to put my thresholds. So basically, okay, now it's too close. Usually you will have the human eye kind of shadow effect there. And basically when you move, you will see the night landscape of the city. And when you touch this kind of like grasses with your body, you have simple firefly effects and so on and so on. So I mean, it's quite simple. We have like moon there with some offset with texture right now. So, and you see it's have like pretty nice like lighting effect visual, yeah. Have like a real reflection of the water, sky, and this moving also like lighting on the leaves. So, and this all made basically from this. Photoshop, what are you waiting for? Okay, it's just bunch of layers. You see, we can go like, so it's quite simple drone image. Yeah, nothing complicated. Most of you can draw much better, I think, but yeah, it could be nice effect. So when you know how to use it and how to apply it. So this is one example. We will try to do something like this today, a bit simpler. This is another example. Okay, it's, that's interesting thing. Okay, this one. Yes, more like this. Let me put dongle in, because yeah, the resolution it was loud. Resolution totally wrong. So here it's more like this project. Basically, again, it's all static images with some animation that people can interact. They can draw. This is objects. So it was part of this show. So people just like can draw it, scan, simple computer vision system that recognize pattern, cut it out, and put it on the wall. And with use of like leaders, people can just play, interact with it. They can play with the Cupidon, like flowers. They can touch elements, so it depends. So different elements will also produce different effects here. Again, we have watchdog system, log system, and yeah, system for scanning. Basically, it's interact with another app that write in C#. Basically, just simple OpenCV. This is triggers, and here you also can see okay how everything happened. So we make this video image in Photoshop and After Effects background, and we have different patterns here. So they appears, they just like replicators with some kind of animation inside and how to handle trigger for each of them. They do not move in this one much here. So another pattern. Third and fourth, so we have different, and some animation for oranges. Again, overlay triggers. The same for flowers, overlays, triggers, and put everything together. Again, not super complex, but at the end it looks not bad and kind of interesting for kids. Especially it was made for kids here to play. Another way to use it, kind of like, okay, at least like a few years ago, and it's still you cannot get this kind of like light effect in TD with like really like complex geometry. But so here is just one trick how to make it happen. That it's very cheap computationally and can work interesting for the, I don't know, for real-time data, for, I don't know, some live show visualization. For example, I can use just any video here, yeah, to run it. The dots from here. Again, I can really play with colors. And it does, you will see it have effect, so the scattering, the light. How the like occlusion reflection happened there. So this is simple crosses. So again, you can get quite interesting result. And it's pretty much resource free, but it's nice looking. Again, it's not gonna work for dynamic geometry, but here if we stop, we can see we even have like some like transparency on the mountains. We have the water here like with reflection, with like also transparency inside. How it looks, so it's like pretty high level of details. But yeah, for static geometry, static meshes, it will work well. So here pretty much you will see it's just a bunch of pre-rendered images black and white. For each light I have one image, and after when I combine I just like put them all together, right? It's quite old project, so I use composite screen, so it will add all colors from all of them. But if you go inside you will see, okay, this is light up. I pick up the pixels that should be references to this one. It's around here. It's black one, so output gonna be black. Okay, this one is pick up pixel reference to green one. So I just multiply my image by this green. So now I have all effect or like occlusion reflection based on this ball, on this light source. Yeah, I use like level a bit, yeah, to adjust, and I output it. And after all this I combine together with screen that it's give us this kind of effect. So it can be useful for some specific situation and to get better quality of image for real-time application, yeah, real-time graphics. That's the main point pretty much here. And in general, yeah, like compositing on tops, it's very useful, especially for optimization and performance. Again, recently you can see this guy, Raketa 12, Raketa, I don't know, it's still like, because it's totally Raketa in Russian. He have a lot of tutorials, kind of interesting, and mostly with the use of tops. So it's kind of like show us the power of top operator, texture operators, yeah. I use it a lot with some GLSL or basic stuff, again, to do computational, because it's much faster to do on GPU than on CPU, especially for interactive or where I need to yeah, I don't know, control motor or I don't know, light, whatever. One of the project, more like interactive light with over like 200 universes. So this is kind of visualization how it's gonna be, but it's pretty much 7 by 3 meters, and you see it's all real-time content based on sensors like person, like different flow effect, different stuff, and it's pretty fast FPS. But here it's a lot of computationally complex and hard because it's just too much pixels. 87,000 pretty, yeah, 87,000 LED lights, yeah, each of them have RGB A for channel, so it needs a lot of computation. And here now you see it's run like 60, it's even like on 1050 graphic card, it's still running at 60 FPS. Because again, all of this complex stuff it's running on simple tops, GLSL remaps, it's front light, backlight, I map input to the front back, the split, and here I calculate the position of light for each flower. I get crop, but even if this one I will run like now real time, it will pretty much it go to like up to like 5 FPS. Even this on GPU basic, because it's just too much light, too much calculation. That's what I did. I use like UV coordinates to pre-calculate everything, and after, yeah, you see this stops, they even not running, they should not run. I can switch here for like real time. Okay, this one already go for the 30, and it's even without interactive part. Yeah, it's take a lot of time to calculate. It's still CPU a lot in GPU because replicators not so fast, I would say. Again, I did not recalculate geometry now. This will take time. So I did all calculation. I use UV map and I use remap to basically to do all calculation after. Now you see, after this one I calculate once. For when I do setup, maybe adjust position of some light and so and so. It's also very easy with the system. And now it's need like less than 100 milliseconds to calculate all light. And after put it to ArcNet to send it the same with Vue.jlsl and splitting. It's take like 1 millisecond. And this is in 3D also. So it's kind of, it's very useful, very fast, and good to know. Okay, so let's start today practical part basically. So now we're gonna build the landscape. I will create a folder. I will create another folder, data there. And in this data folder, so many stuff open. I will copy the files. Okay, they're already prepared. Basically, here you see the images that we will use for our animation, 2D animation, and few video sources to make it interesting. This is pretty much all content what we're gonna use. And now I just will create one more Active Designer project, save it directly. And now let's start. So what we need to do again is, let's create our to-do list. So to rebuild this city environment, basically I will have different layers. And this is kind of what we did last year with second grade students, last semester. Yeah, we have the same class. Now I'm gonna just record it. So we have layers. We have buildings. In front of buildings we have bridge, restrain, foreground, flowers, and behind buildings we have sky. So we will build these layers first. We will have day night transition, and this is basically a list what the students was want to add. Yeah, so I can just copy it here. And so this is what students idea, what they wanna more to animate here. And yeah, I will go for this later also in more details. What this and what is that? Okay, so let's create first our structure. We have base one, it's gonna be sky, and we have base 2, it's gonna be city. Let's start from this. So now we go in the sky, and I go to my folder, this right one, and I just can copy all images from the sky. I have multiple sky images here. I just move them in TD. So you see I have my different layers on sky, and basically all I need to create now, I need to create composite. To put everything together. Okay, you already used many times composite top. Yeah, what you're doing, I just it basically I can composite all these images together. I put it like this first. I put it to the out. It will gonna be output from my folder for my sky to next level. And if I press C keyboard, so if I choose design and press C, okay, it's with this does not work. Okay, see, I have this one, and usually I mark my output with some color. Usually it's something like this, and usually also I marks my input with the green color, so I easily can find it after what it means what. The good things of Tile Designer that as you saw, I just can drop images here. The bad things when okay, it works fine for now, because before I have problem it's put like absolute path, now it's relative path, so it's nice. I don't need to fix anymore. When you load your files in the Tile Designer, be sure here you have relative path, not the absolute path like something like this. Relative path, it's from the same folder, so we in the same folder. This is my file. We go to the data, we go to the image, and we find this sky 0, sky 5. Yeah. Pay attention to it, because otherwise, when you move your project to somewhere, all this connection gonna be broken. You will need to spend time just like to change the names there everywhere. It will, if you pay attention to it, it does not take any time from you now, but it will save time in the future. Especially in the project where you have a lot of assets and big project you load in different places. That's also why I mark usually my input assets with some color. So now when I open this, I can say, okay, this is loading. I know what is it. It's easy also to find to me what I'm loading. And let's show background. We have nothing, and I also will right mouse button, display, and I will disable network grid, a bit annoying, and I will disable palette to get a little bit more space. I get used to higher resolution, so for recording I use 920. It's a little bit small screen for me. So first of all, in composing here, you know, we have a lot of different ways. So here, what we need to use over. We use one, over with another, over with another, over with another. Like now we need just adjust the position. So sky 0, you see the last one over all of them. So sky 0, basically it should be first one. Right? Or maybe no. I think, yeah, sky 5, the last one. First one, sky 4, sky 3, sky 2, sky 1, or you just can by default give in right order here. So okay, it's already not bad. We have our sky. Now what we need to do, we need to animate it. Easy way to animate it and make it move. Okay, I will move it a little bit here. I will save my project. You see, start here, not saved. Again, pay attention to it. Okay, now I saved. Not much things done, but still. Control S, it's most useful. And now, for example, okay, I have my this guy, it's fine, but okay, I wanna make it smooth a little bit. How to do it? I just put transform here. And for transform, translate A, I can set up this apps time, seconds, to make it move. And now it's out, yeah, because you will see here, when I move it, it's disabled. So for this, I need to go to the tile, and for extend, I need to set up hold. But hold, you see, does not work well. It's just repeated, yeah. So pretty much flat. 0 by default. I can use repeat, and here I have this kind of border because left part and right part not really match, or you need to make it match before in Photoshop. Or I can use mirror in that case. It's gonna work. So now when I use apps time seconds, let's move, it's fine. But what I will make for this part again, to easy work in the future, I think I will create constant. I will call it animation speed, and I will call transform 1 for this, and let's say speed gonna be 0.1. And now I'm gonna use speed chop. So speed chop is basically just keep moving, right? Not bad. And I will put no for this. and I will again rename it. Also, time for you to get a bit more serious and put the right good names to the operators. You don't need to do it, but again, it's easier to work after. And now I just make it active, small here, and now for my speed for sky, I just can put it here. And now it's moved. And you see now I can adjust speed, and it will affect how fast it moves. Again, I can just directly set up here, ups time, multiply by some multiplier to adjust speed, but with this one, now I can go to the sky, custom components, and I can create this parameter. So again, in future, I can quite easy set up it. Bin parameter master and transform one speed, I can call it. And now if I go to the parameters here, animation speed, I can control the speed of my animation. It's not bad, right? So from here, I will need to control speed of animation. Again, if I doing project, when I come to the actual physical setup, and I see, oh, maybe it's too fast or too slow, because on this size of the screen, you know, like 32-inch screen, it looks one way, but when it's actually like 7 meters width, this kind of speed maybe can make you dizzy, yeah, can make you lost, so it will look different, so you need to adjust. Okay, so this is why also when you're building system, think about how you can optimize it for the adjustment and for future use, especially now when I saw the defense last 2 days for the 4th grade students. I think it was too much excuse about, okay, we cannot build physical system to really test it out, but what I think without test, without experience, the project, the building for experience, it means nothing, yeah. But with pre-visualization, we're gonna learn also in TD, you can easily set up a virtual environment to experience, to see how it's affect, to see how it's interact. You even cannot, if you have VR headset, try it in VR after. And okay, what I can do now, I just can put this all together. And what I can say, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 layers, and I will create yes multiple transform parameters. Connect it. And here view, and for each transform now I just will need to adjust another one. Okay, not bad. Parameters, customize component. And now for all this transform, I just change, and I will just quickly rename it here. Actually, I think here it's easier to be like create parameters and after use it. But what you see now, what I can go now, and I can just adjust speed of this, all of them. So if you will see on the Rails sky, you will see that the more far away stuff moves slower, more closer stuff move faster. Okay, it's too fast. And for this also it's good. We can go to again customize component. We can select all of them and we can set up maximum speed gonna be 0.3. Some of them change, some of them no. It's interesting also. So basically we need just like a little bit. This background move very slow. This a bit faster, this a bit faster. Okay, this is first animation. Fine. But not so excited, right? It's smooth, yeah, it's nice, but it's not something we really want to. Second trick that very useful for animation entity, displacement. Even you remember the project I show you with this like Renaissance, where we have people and they rest moves. So it was made the same way. For this, we're gonna use displacement. And displacement have two inputs, source image and displacement image. For displacement image, we will gonna use noise. You see, when I put displacement here, okay, it's become messy. Why? It's all about displacement weight. So for animation, for some interesting stuff, it's usually you have like very small numbers. I will disable this one for now. And you see, so then more displacement wave, then more its effect now, yeah? So you see the red channel will affect how the in horizontal it will move, blue channel its affect how the in vertical it's move. Let's use ramp for this and apply for this. So use, and let's say okay, we does not have blue channel now. Okay, we have blue channel. Maybe we does not have, okay, I need to go here. Just have blue. So okay, so horizontal source is I set up blue, nothing change, but vertical source blue, you see. So here blue 0, here blue 1. So when it's 0, it's go in negative direction. If it's less than 0.5, it's go up. If it's more than 0.5, it's go down. Yeah, so it's move. And you can see how I can adjust it here. So the more to the middle I put, the more it's gonna be close to the original image. So that's what we're gonna do here with ramp, and we can create it colorful, but we will set up our displacement weight to really small number. And we can make again this ramp move with, I will create one more parameter. I will animation speed. I will create another one, displacement speed. So this is gonna be a little bit faster way. Displacement 1, float. And what I'm gonna do here, I open this parameter. So you see I have another one, displacement 1, I put here, and I put to translate. And I'm gonna multiply its on ups time seconds, not time ups. So now you see, if I wanna make it move faster, or I make it move like very slow, I can easily adjust it again. And for this displacement, one more things what I can to do here, I can set up period. I want it's more noisy, but for background, for example, I want to be period like bigger. I can put it here. Okay, displacement 1, speed, and period of the first one. So period of the first one, I would say it's gonna be big, and displacement speed slow, because it's like really far away. Good. I can call speed 1, period 1. Now I can just copy these two parts and put it everywhere. What I need to change here is just again go here to transform parent master, displacement 2, and it should be on float. Okay, this is does not work this way, so I just gonna do the same float, displacement 2, multiply by ups time seconds, and period okay, it's wrong here. I need to disconnect this on period mint and master. So now they not connected. Yeah, this one maybe not much point. Or maybe what I will do for this one, I will add the same displacement, I mean with the same parameter, because it's kind of just similar, just make it smooth a bit, it's more like fog. For these two I will add one more noise. This is gonna be a little bit more interesting, so a bit more faster. And also here I will change the period to something faster. Yeah, I forget to put this place here. Actually, again, wait. Not so big, but okay, it's moved like this. But if I make smaller noise, it's a little bit, could be more interesting effect. But it also could be faster. Also, if we want more control, we just can put displacement width here for all of them. To have more control from outside. And I can just put section here to kind of like split them. Okay. Open it. It's a little bit better already. This one, yeah. Yeah. So by displacement weight, it's usually gonna be very small values. So also, okay, we see we have our input, we have our transform, and we have our displacement part. Again, now should be everything quite clear. So what we can do more? Now we can build something more interesting. So for example, this one, now we can use some animation we have here. For example, this one, to make it 7 a little bit more interesting. We go to the next level, save it again. So what I can do, I can use some video file now. And I can go to the multiply and see, okay, this is normal one, this is when I multiply, and fixed layer input 2, because that's resolution I want to be, and I don't want fit, I want to fit outside. Now you see we just put some simple image here, and from this we got to this one already. Not bad, I would say. Yeah, this is sky, it looks much more interesting. One more moment here. Let's set up crossfade maybe like 5%, so it's not gonna change very fast. When it's finished, to go to beginning, it was crossfade from ending to beginning. Yeah. And again, we can adjust the speed how we wanna this sky move. If we adjust speed, basically better to set up interpolate frames. We have multiply. Let's put some level here. I will add a little bit, make it not so obvious, a little bit more transparent opacity. And after to the original image, this one, I will add this one. Maybe not add, let's use composite, another one, and put them together and see output. Okay, this was input, this output. It's a little bit dark. I can use add. This input is output. Okay, this add some stuff interesting. Maybe screen gonna work. I think screen works a little bit better. Yeah, I think screens looks better. So it's kind of interesting effect we get there. Our output. Original one. And this one, okay, we have some already effect here. Quite nice. And we can play a little bit more with them. So the same, for example, let's save it. This like forefront clouds a little bit disturb me. I not so like how they looks. So let's work with them. For them, we can use this cloud footage. Another one. I will just rename, too long. Again, let's set up crossfade. And we can try composite again. Another way we can just open like this. Again, or we need to switch characters here because by default second input gonna be the resolution, or we need to set up which input gonna be resolution. And I will fit outside again. Okay, multiply does not works well. Screen does not works well. Add a top too much. Okay, we can just try go. Let's go preview grid, see. This one looks not bad, but which one this one? Good question. That's why I not really understand this preview grid, because I not really can know. Which one it? Okay, this is not really works. What I gonna do? I gonna create mask from this part first. I put level here, and I can go here. And I can put in high very low, so it's pretty much just make mask for me, yeah. And now with this mask I can use multiply. Okay, let's use like this, so we don't need to switch inputs. Multiply, not fill, fit outside, because again if we use fill it will stretch a bit. Okay, in this case it's not super, but it has sense. And now let's put these two together. I have another composite. 1, 2, and get screen again. This looks nice. It just moved a little bit too fast, this one. So I go to interpolate frames and I will set up speed 0.5. So now you see we have kind of like colors from this one, a bit brighter, but we also have this stuff moved inside. And one more things maybe here. What we need to make is let's put some level, maybe to adjust them a little bit. And maybe here I will put some blur because they a little bit too much outstanding from background. I would say. Okay, let's make even slower. I think maybe here a little bit opacity to make it a bit more fit. And this is pretty much for our sky. Let's save it. Not bad, could be better. It's all time. Again, I finish sky. And for future one, I just can put all this stuff out to have more control in the future. Speed, first one, multiply, level, opacity, composite, okay, and the same for this one. Speed, I will set up section. Maybe oh, this is kind of interesting effect happened when I invert it. Yeah, it's have a little bit like this. Not bad. I think I will use kind of both of them. I do like this effect. And this is level 5. Level 5 should be on the top. Right. Yeah, something like this. It's kind of interesting effect. It's have a little bit stuff here, but it's not, I would not say it's bad. Okay, this speed is the parameter files, and let's just like set this opacity here. So now I have all my parameters out here. So it did not take me much time to do it, but now I can easily set up everything from my parameters without going really inside. I will put, I think, one more level here. I think it's too bright. So I will lower brightness a bit. I like that effect here, but here it's a little bit too much. Especially it will conflict in the future with our sun. Okay, let's save. Next things to do, we're gonna go to do our city. The same, go to our compositing and get our city footage, not footage, the images we have, and set up, okay, one layer, train here, road here, one more road, ground, and buildings. So if we talk about layers, we have our buildings. After we have, I think this one, yeah, because we want our train pass through this part. And now to the dish. Yeah, here I cut back part, so we have this. After we have our train, and here we have forefront, the front part. This is back part. On this image it looks opposite. And we have our ground, and we have some layers here. So what we're doing here is the same. We create composite. We create our out. And for our composite we can start to build out. Okay, over again. Okay, more. Okay, quite fast, right? Not bad.